What do you see as some of the main challenges and problems that speakers run into that you guys feel like you're able to solve and address?
That's a good question. So I think the biggest problem is that it's the consistency and the scalability of reaching out. Those are two very difficult things to master. I think everyone listening understands the value of building relationships. That's how we've gotten this far as human beings. But when you're running a business, you have to do this at scale. As human beings, we can only maintain 150 relationships in our lifetime with five in our inner circle. When you're running a business, you're expected to and make it seem like you can manage thousands of relationships at any given time. So really the only solution to that is technology. When the technology outpaces us, we have to leverage technology in order to stay afloat, if you will. And the technology is meant to help you stay consistent. Like a simple thing like reaching out, for example. You find a good lead and you reach out. Most people stop after follow-up 2 because there's nothing reminding them to follow up 1, but 2, there might be some barriers to wanting to follow up consistently. But a real system should allow you to have those 10 or 12 touch points every single time that you're going to use when you have a new lead that you're going to prospect and reach out to. And that system is meant to hold you accountable, so you actually can remember to get all the tasks done and continue to follow up. But the challenge, though, is even if you master that, where you're like, okay, I can find leads and now I can run them through a process to have them book a meeting and kind of carry on that conversation, we have the scalability component. And I think, Grant, you're attuned to this too, but there's this ebb and flow in a lot of our businesses. And I think there's some natural reasons for the seasonality and economy and so on. But you can fix how much that ebb and flow is simply by maintaining your outreach, because your business becomes a little bit more predictable. But what happens for most is they start seeing the benefit of reaching out. They get some clients through the door. Now they have to please their clients, as usually the solopreneur, and maybe they only have a VA, but you, the speaker, have to deliver for those people. So you stop on the sales efforts. Now the client delivery is done. Now there's no more revenue, so you have to go find it. And then you do rinse and repeat, basically. And systems are meant to help you do two things. One, make that effort as a solopreneur a bit easier. But 2, standardize your approach so you can hire somebody to help you manage that process. And so I think the scalability component is often one of the biggest challenges, because a lot of the people we talk to, they aren't thinking larger than themselves running the business, but they want to have a team around them so that they can offload some of it. And if you don't have a way to train somebody to help you do that, you haven't managed it before, it's always going to fall apart. And that's why we see high turnover with VAs and speaker staff in the industry, is because they don't have a lot of direction.